You're watching Fox 5 Good Day New York. What New Yorkers watch.
All right, Stacey Ann, thank you very much. Hair loss is a serious issue for men.
Yeah, and when you begin losing your hair, oftentimes it's your self-esteem that goes with it. And here to explain the cause and give us some solutions is Dr. Jeffrey Epstein. Doctor, thanks for joining us. And what I hear people lose their hair say is, what kept it in yesterday? In other words, where did it go and why do men lose their hair?
Despite a lot of rumors to the contrary and a lot of wives' tales, it's really a genetic disease. Of course, it's not a disease in how it doesn't affect people's lives, so it's not a disease how, it's a terminal or anything. But it is something which is progressive. It's generally due to a combination of getting older, genetics, and the presence of testosterone.
Is there a timing mechanism? Because I know some guys say, hey, I just hit 40, I guess I'm out of the woods. Is there any way to tell?
False. Well, you can get some idea, of course, when you look at your father or when you look at your mother's dad, to get some idea of where you're likely to be headed. But, and I didn't mean to pun by beheaded.
Yeah, we heard beheaded, yeah.
But anyway, it is a progressive process. 40% of all men at the age of 40 will have at least some degree of noticeable hair loss. That percentage increases to 60% at the age of 60. So it is a progressive process.
So can you walk into the drugstore and find any help?
Well, I think the most important thing is to have some skepticism when you hear infomercials and things like this, because many times those are products which are basically reformulations of really the only two products that have ever been shown to have any efficacy, and that's the major one is Rogaine, and I'm going to go right to that. These are the only two products, Rogaine and Propecia, are the only two products that have ever been shown to have FDA-approved efficacy in terms of regrowing hair. They do have their limitations. Rogaine works primarily in the back half of the head, the crown. That works only in around 50% of all men. Propecia works, and this is available over the counter for both men and women. Propecia is a prescription-only medication.
How about shampoos?
I like Nizoral shampoo. I recommend it to my patients. It's a volumizer. Basically, what it's going to do is going to make your hair look thicker. Actually, Nizoral also has some antifungal activity, so it makes your hair look better. Progaine is made by the makers of Rogaine.
Okay, let's talk about hair restoration. And you've got a before picture you want to show us.
Yes, I think it should be up on the screen of Michael before his procedure.
Michael Entel from Miami.
And he's lost most of his hair in the front.
Correct. He's got a classic receded pattern, and I performed one procedure on Michael. He's around 8 months out now. I did 2,200 grafts in my New York office.
And let's take a look at Michael now and tell us about the results.
Well, I think the results speak for themselves. I mean, actually, maybe Michael would like to speak for it. What do you think, Michael?
It's amazing.
It
my
looks
life.
It's
natural.
thicker, too, yeah.
When I think of plugs, and I'm sorry for that term, you might not like that term, but they look like plugs, whereas your hair looks, it really does. I don't mean to sound like an infomercial. It looks like it's growing out of your head.
Right.
And you're not puffing it up or blowing it up with anything. That's just that natural thickness.
Keep it down now.
I'm going to show
Keep it down, right?
Basically,
Doctor, how much does this cost?
a procedure like this typically runs around $7,000 to $10,000, and this is his own hair, and it's going to continue to grow, and he gets it cut, and his donor area comes from the back, which is what some guys are concerned about, and it's a single incision, which is even hard to find like that.
So it's a one-time deal?
Correct.
Dr.
With
Epstein,
state-of-the-art procedure, yeah.
thank you both very much indeed, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Looks
And
really good.
keep growing, okay?
Thanks very much. He's got a microscopic little spot. That
Yeah,
he's
we're
worried
going to
about,
work
but
on
it's
that
really
later,
nothing.
but,
Anyway.